living in Greenville, South Carolina. So that's what we're gonna dive into, you know, the whole shebang. I do have my little cheat sheet right here. So if I am looking down, flipping pages, there's a lot to go over, but I'm going to make it as condensed as possible. So let's dive in. In 2020, South Carolina was named the second most popular state to move to in the US, behind Idaho. So why is everybody so excited about South Carolina, and more specifically Greenville? Well, let's dive in. There's always something going on. I'm talking festivals like the Fall for Greenville. It is so beautiful. They always have the twinkly lights. There's farmer markets. There's Swamp Rabbit Trail, which you could go on the Swamp Rabbit Trail. You can go biking, hiking, running, walking. And we're also near the lakes, so that's really fun to be able to go on the boat or kayaking, canoeing. So that's just always happening, always. And the weather is great year-round, so there are actually 220 sunny days that occur year-round in South Carolina on average, and then the rest of the United States, there's normally around 200 days that are sunny in the other states. So good. Everything's fried. Well, not everything, but all the good things. The economy is very strong, so there's a lot of big companies like BMW, GE, and Michelin. The next thing to note is schools. So we have Clemson. If you are into agriculture or science, that is where I went for my undergrad. Go Tigers. And then Furman University is also an amazing liberal arts school. So that's really awesome to note, just if you have children and if you want to be close to them when they are going through their college experience. Now, let's look at housing expenses. I mentioned that the cost of living is low and it's the most affordable city in the South. So 22% is the percentage, the average, didn't say that right, so I'm gonna start over. Housing expenses are 22% lower than other places in the US. That is what I meant to say. That wraps up the pros, so we're gonna dive into the cons, and then I also have top neighborhoods and some of the best places surrounding Greenville to live in, and then we'll be finished. So what are the cons? Because it is up and coming, just note that there is going to be some congestion, some traffic. It's more so on Woodruff Road, and that's just where all the shops are. There is heat and humidity, so just brace yourself. I don't mind the heat. I personally love it, but for May to August, the temperatures range from about 80 to like some really high 90s. And then there is also the humidity factor. This is a big con in my book, but I have something to back it up. So the crime rate is actually 84% higher in Greenville than the national average. And with the city becoming just more popular and people moving here and more jobs are being created, Greenville's gonna be able to put more money back into their city, and so there's gonna be more jobs for policemen and ways to make. Now, I live on the outskirts of Greenville, and just to let you know, I feel very safe. I have been to Greenville, and I mean, it's just nice to like be on guard. You're in a city, and usually cities have higher crime rates. So that is just that honest spiel about the crime rate, just to be blunt with y'all. But yeah, so that's the pros and the cons. I'm going to tell you just the top 3 neighborhoods to live in Greenville. So Overbrook is very popular. Downtown Greenville, I mean, the homes are just gorgeous. A lot of people have redone them. And then North Main is also popular. Lastly, what are some surrounding cities around Greenville if you're excited for that city life, but you want more of a rural, small town feel? Five Forks is 15 minutes away from Greenville. Clemson is about 40-45 minutes. Anderson is about 30-35 minutes. And I can attest to Clemson and Anderson. Clemson is very small town, college town. It is so fun. And then Anderson is just that awesome small town feel, but it's very upcoming too. So that's what we have for today. Thank you so much for joining in to this YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe or like or comment, anything to show me your love and support. And then next week, join me back here. We are going to be talking about some first-time homebuyer tips that I wish I knew. So thank y'all. Hope you have a good week.